is me, LuigiMarshh 2005. Right here and right now, you have noticed there is a mushroom on the screen. That's right. Just like I said in the previous video, or previous part, I'm actually going to be doing, well, I'll be doing a Nitro and Retro Tracks predictions on the same part. So, here we are right now, and this is the full list of the Nitro tracks. And before I begin with the first 4 tracks and the next 2, with the first 4 cups and the next 2 cups, sorry, will be like, I would probably would say, I think that the next Mario Kart game should include both the Egg, Crossing, Triforce, and Bell Cup into the next game, along with Mushroom down to Lightning Cup. So, and in order for them to be fitting in really well, I think the Egg and Crossing Cup should be part of Nitros, and Triforce and Bell Cup should be part of Retros, just like in the Retro Track selections that I did in the playlists. So, and that was just a short way of doing predictions, which is not really good, because you can't do any comments on it. So, YouTube, if you want to do like an idea for an update on YouTube, add comments to playlists as well, so people could give feedback on what the playlist was like and how good it was. Just like how you do with videos. If you just do it that way, that would be hella lot awesome. And I would absolutely love to see what people will think of the predictions. So without further ado, let's go with the first 4. And that is, hold on, if I get it right, that'll be Mushroom to the tongue twisters, Mushroom Cup down to the Special Cup, or should I say, the Crown Cup. But I would like to just carry on saying how everybody's been saying it, which is a Special Cup, which is the symbol of a crown. So here we are. For the Mushroom Cup, instead of like this normal circuit or raceways or anything like that, I think it would be best if we just have the Koopa Coliseum. Well, I think we should have Colosseums, just like Wario Coliseum back in Mario Kart Double Dash. Because I think Colosseums have good potential, and maybe Colosseums might even be featured in to the next Mario Kart game as a new circuit, but only for that. So I'm thinking, well, why not bring it back? That would be hella lot awesome. So, let's start off with the Mushroom Cup. In the first slot, we have the Koopa Coliseum. The second is Aquatic Mania. Number 3 is Pianta Park. And yes, Pianta Park is featured from another video, so shoutouts to them. And yeah, and finally, number 4 is Rosalina's Observatory. For Pianta Park, I think I got it from other videos, and some of them on here might be exactly from other videos, and these are actually what I'm saying. What I'm actually trying to say is that I absolutely do agree that these tracks that they've said that are Nitro should definitely be added, and it could have a much more potential if they are existing in a new Mario Kart game. Next up is the Flower Cup, and in the first section we have Waluigi Arcade. Again, like Pianta Park, it is from another video, which I do agree on. Second is Dry Bones Yard. Yep, definitely the same as Waluigi Arcade and Pianta Park. I'm not going to say it again. To keep the tradition going, I think instead of a second or first of the sections in Flower Cup, or even in the second section in the Star Cup, I think we should have it in the third section, and that is Mario Coliseum. Like Mario Circuit or Koopa with the Wario Coliseum, I think having Mario Coliseum and a Koopa Coliseum will definitely be a massive one. Next up is Shy Guy Iron Mine. Shy Guy Iron Mine will probably be the sequel to Shy Guy Falls and Wario's Gold Mine. So, if we have Shy Guy's Iron Mine, that would definitely be the sequel to both Shy Guy Falls and Wario's Gold Mine, which would be a huge hit. Like, you could still hear Shy Guys singing the theme tune to that music while you're racing around inside a mine shaft or anything around. But instead of like having it in like a cave sort of thing, or even have a waterfall, why not have it at a mountainside? That would be a perfect hit. Next up is Flower Airport. I guess you could say this should be a sequel to Sunshine Airport in Mariokart 8. So, but then again, that doesn't look like it's got much potential. But I put it in, just in case. But if they do add a sequel to Sunshine Airport, I'll be gobsmacked. I'll be gobsmacked if Nintendo actually made Flower Airport, which is Wii U Part 2. They obviously won't put down Wii U Part 2 in there since it's in brackets, but they just put in Flower Airport and that's it. Next up is Peach's Castle. Originally I thought I was going to name it Peach Colosseum, but then again, Peach doesn't like having colosseums of her own, so maybe it's best if we just have it as Peach's Castle. So yeah, I mean, driving around in Peach's Castle, like in Mario Kart 64, or even one of those mods in Mario Kart 7 with CTGP7, that looks hell a lot awesome. Like you're driving around in the Mario Kart 64 Princess Peach's Castle, which is amazing. And I can't wait to see what Nintendo could do with Peach's Castle in the future of Mario Kart. Next up is going to be a random track or a custom track that will change every time you select a Star Cup, which will be Living Room Nightmare, which is Mario Kart Home Circuits, or Live Home Circuits. I know Home Circuit is basically a spin-off of a game, but if we just make selected custom tracks as a tournament on Mario Kart Home Circuit as just a bit of a tournament to see which ones come out on top, and whoever's done the best Mario Kart custom track that they've done from home, it will be immediately added to a Living Room Nightmare, or even a Mario Kart or a Home Circuit Nightmare. Anything like that. That would be awesome. Next up is Spooky Cavern. It's basically going to be a sequel to Twisted Mansion, but having a cavern, but filled with booze, dry bones. Heck, even a lot of those dry characters I said back then, with Dry Bones, Dry Bowser, Dry Goomba, and many more. That would be awesome if they made a Spooky Cavern. Next up, finally, we have, which is the Special Cup. Special Cup, Crown Cup, I don't care. It's going to stay as Special Cup. So, Special Cup. In the first section, we have Gumdrop Canyon. And I know what you might be saying, Luigi Mario, doesn't that sound like a sequel to Sweet Sweet Canyon back in Mario Kart 8? But then again, it would be awesome. However, I do prefer having Gumdrop Canyon than on its own sequel, than on its own track than a sequel to Sweet Sweet Canyon. In the second section, we have Funky Coliseum. Next up is Bowser's Castle. And finally, we have Rainbow Road. And yes, Funky Coliseum will definitely be ending up like Koopa and Mario Coliseum. So that makes 3 Coliseums out of 4, shall we say. And yes, Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road will remain as usual. So let's go over to the rest of the cups, which is the Egg Cup. The next 2 would be the additions, and they can only be unlocked if the mushroom to the special cup has been unlocked. If you tried completing the shell cup down to the lightning cup, that won't work because these two will be nitro tracks. For retro tracks, those will be added, but as soon as you complete the mushroom to the lightning cup, then the 4 additions, which is egg, crossing, triforce, and bell cup, will be added. However, the egg and crossing cup can be unlocked only if all the nitro tracks have been completed. Once the nitro tracks and retro tracks are completed, however, the triforce and bell cup will be added, and that's it. And I forgot to say at the beginning, all of these are just random, so please. So all of these are just random, so please don't say that these are bad. It's just basically what I came up with, and but these nitro tracks won't be final. It is only in my opinion. So yeah. Anyways, in the first section of the Egg Cup, we have Pack Coliseum. Obviously, we're more than likely wanting to get a Pac-Man again. But then again, maybe we should have Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and Blinky, who was originally appearing in both Mario Kart Arcade GP, GP2, and of course Arcade GP Deluxe. Maybe we could have them as characters in Pack Coliseum. They would be hella lot awesome if they were added. Next up is Wario Battlefield. I know what you might be thinking, how can a Wario own a battlefield? It's not even going to be fun. But then again, think of the possibilities. You could have gunshots hearing in the background, you could race in between, you could even just fight off foes, even your opponents in Mario Kart Wii, or in Mario Kart Switch. That would be hella awesome if they brought a Wario Battlefield. Next up is a sequel to Neo Bowser City named Neo Mario City. And I know you're thinking, Luigi, what the hell are you on about now? Why are we going with sequels of the original tracks? Well, with Neo Mario City, however, I'm thinking since Bowser's got his own city, why not let Mario have his own city as well? Maybe that would work. So, if he has his own city in the Mushroom Kingdom, named after him, named after the mascot of Nintendo, that would be awesome. Finally, in the 4th section, we have Airship Takeoff, which is a sequel to Airship Fortress. And I know you're going to be saying, okay, now you've really lost it this time, Luigi. What the hell is this? Why are we going with sequels and original tracks? What's wrong with original tracks and sequels? Well, I do like original tracks, but then again, I think the other original tracks deserve to get sequels of themselves, but in a different way, under a different name, as well as having the console which they are from, and then have the name Part 2 or Part 3, however parts they want to do. Next up is DK Ruins, which is Arcade Part 2. Okay, this is only in the Crossing Cup as the first section. Once again, it is not a normalized track, so it's basically just up in my mind. I don't even know why this is here, so let's just go with it. Plus, it will sound good anyway if they named the ruin after Donkey Kong and his many adventures. Maybe they could have memorials of Donkey Kong and his many adventures with Mario, or even with the rest of his gang, saving the world, or even his own tribe from extinction from all of his enemies that he's fought over the years, ever since Mario and himself has parted ways. Next up is RMX Ninja Hideaway, and that is for mobile. For Ninja Hideaway, we should probably have, and I mean most definitely have, a remix of Ninja Hideaway. And out of all the tracks in Mario Kart Tour, I think that both Vancouver Velocity, Mariokart Mountain, and Ninja Hideaway are my absolute favourites. They are my only three favourites that I can play through Mario Kart Tour. Any other tracks? Disgusting. They don't even look the original. And yes, I know it's supposed to be based on plastic and it's not supposed to be exact. But Ninja Hideaway, Mariokart Mountain, and Vancouver Velocity have something more. They felt like a Mario Kart 8 track, except it's in a perfect frame rate and HD graphics for mobile. It is absolutely awesome, and I love those three tracks. And I would absolutely play them on a DLC pass through Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Next up is Al Delfino Plaza. And I know it's going to be like Delfino Square or anything, or even Delfino Pier. But I think Al Delfino Plaza will definitely be a sequel to like Delfino Square, and definitely bring up my Super Mario Sunshine area. It's like you're going into the lobby in Super Mario Sunshine, and you're going to find new levels before you go into a new adventure, before you defeat Bowser. And the lobby looks fantastic, and it looks like a perfect potential to race around on. I mean, you could even glide on walls, go on the roofs, even glide down back to the start. Maybe have it as a long track, or even has a normal lap track. That would be awesome, and I love it. And finally, in the fourth section, we have Luigi's Hotel, which is from Luigi's Mansion 3. I think we should probably have like a bit of a potential with this. I think we should probably just go, let's just say we should just put it as a long track instead of 3 laps. Because having 3 laps would not be good because we would be staying on the same level. But if we have a long track, we can go all the way up to the top and glide back down. We even just use the anti-gravity that I mentioned at the start of this series, which is in part 1, like I said with the logo. Have anti-gravity in, get anti-gravity and glide and just ride down from the walls all the way down to ground floor. And as soon as you get to ground floor, you'll go back into your normal state and you go back to the start, which is one huge lap, and I absolutely love it. I love the concept of that. That would be a perfect way to end off the bit. So now that we've got all of these 6 cups that I've selected actually done, let's go over to the next bit, which is... Here we are. We are now in for Retro Cups! Okay. Before we begin, I think the reasons is going to be exactly the same like for Nitro Cups, so I'm going to give you some music ideas of what they're going to sound like. And yes, the music will be from either from Mario Kart 8 or either from a recent past Mario Kart Tour or just from my fan-made creations. I will more than likely, and I'm pretty sure it's on the playlist already, and if you look on the playlist with the retro tracks I've selected with a bit of description, I'll tell you, it'll probably send you to where the creators are. So let's start off with a shell cup with number 1 as Front Ruins. Basically what I'm going to do for each of the tracks before I begin, what I'm going to do for each track I'm going to describe, I'm going to go with what I think should happen and what the track should look like, either the same or have a little bit of tweaking or even just have full-on redesign. And then I'll show you I'll play a little music, revolves around it, and I'll tell you, and it will probably show you what the music will definitely sound like, which will be absolutely banging. So for number 1 on the shell cup, we have Swamp Ruins. So let's go to the shell cup. For Swamp Ruins, we are basically just gliding. We're just going inside a ruined temple. You can either glide up through the walls, go through either sections, or glide up through those sections, or even just go through the glider in the middle, after the second lap, or after the first lap when you've completed it. You can even glide through it and then take a little trick, or even just go straight to the anti-gravity section, go around, try and avoid all those thwomps, the two thwomps that you're going to meet at the end. Either take a shortcut or keep going until you get to the end. You need to go straight to the end of the anti-gravity section, which sends you to glide all the way down to the first area. So yeah, obviously there doesn't need to be any changes to that, but I would say just maybe add like little traps. Probably try and slow down the races a little bit. Try and get front rooms to be a little bit more tricky. That's what I would say. But other than that, it's all good. But do need some tricks. Or even try and make the players go off the edge, or even anything. That would be awesome. Without further ado, here is what the music is going to sound like. In 3, 2, 1. And there you go. I think front rooms would definitely stand the same, just like in Mario Kart 8. There should be no changes to them, and I would absolutely love it if front rooms make a return, since it's one of my favourite tracks. Even though I got two others that I'm going to show in a bit, even though one of them's showing a little bit right now, but I'll get to them in a bit. So, let's go over this next one, which is Daisy Hills from Mario Kart 7, also known as 3DS Daisy Hills. So for Daisy Hills, I think there should be like an anti-gravity section over where you go down this massive dip into this gliding section as a shortcut. However, there should be a twist. As soon as you go into that dip, there should be like a little twist, and then as soon as you get to the end of it, which is only going to have one loop or one twist, instead of two twists, which is really quick, have one big twist, and then as soon as you get to the end of that twist, you shoot off with a jump boost and anti-grav. And sorry, got trouble speaking again with tongue twisters. You glide off and you carry on the track as usual. That would be awesome. And just like from Bruins with music, this is what 3DS Daisy Hills should look like. And it's been rendered by JoshhMarshh. Alright, that is 3DS Daisy Hills. Next up is Choco Mountain, Nintendo 64. Even though there has been a recent one with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass or Mario Kart Tours N64 Choco Mountain, or even Mario Kart DS's, to that I say maybe have a bit more of a tweaking. Instead of having like a mine shaft in the mountains, although mineshaft sounds really cool, why not make make those crystals look like they're candy themed, like sour candies in there, or even anything to just spice it up, like make the entire mountain filled with sweets, just like Gumdrop Canyon or Sweet Sweet Canyon. Why not have it like that? That would be awesome. Heck, you might even, with the opening, instead of like all blocked off, with the opening when you go past that opening where all those troopers, or toads are flying about, you could have like a massive volcano that has a fizzy drink of any brand. Well, just make up a brand, and then just have it as that. But that would be really cool. But once you get past the finish line after the first lap, you can see a massive hand reaching into the volcano, taking out a can and just shaking it really quick, while you're racing around for a full lap. And then when you get to the third lap, the hand quickly puts it back in the volcano and just opens it. And you could just see all the soda just filling. You could see all the drink, all the fizziness coming out of that can. That would be awesome. That would be like, oh my god! That would be funny, but yet an awesome track to recreate. Even though Nintendo might not do that, but that would be a good potential. Even though the rest of the tracks might have shortcuts, I think we should probably give N64 Choco Mountain a proper shortcut. You know the bit where you just glide off and you ended up on a ramp, or even on the broken bridge? Why not just do the same? Why not just get rid of that bridge and you could have like another tunnel? You could have just another tunnel instead of like in a mine shaft. You could just go underneath the sections where it crumbles down, where those rocks just crumbles down and then goes into the water. And you could have a tunnel that leads underneath, follows the track, and what happens? It goes around the side where you glide off. It goes around the side and you just glide off past the finish line. And above it, we should probably make it like anti-gravity, just like the tunnel. Maybe we should probably make the tunnel and the top bit anti-gravity. Like the bit that was originally where you drive around it has crumbled down, but they made an alternate path where you can glide on the side of a wall. And when you glide on it, when you drive on the side of a wall, you can still see those cracks coming down, and nothing can change it. It's like still there, and the rocks can still bounce off it and just land itself straight into the water, and just ride around it. And then you know this bit where there's like 2 big humps and 1 little hump in the DLC pass? Just get rid of those. However, just make it look like there's a massive hole down there, like you're going into the void. And when you go over there, you just glide off, just like in the tunnel, straight into the finish line. That would be awesome. And here is the music for N64 Choco Mountain. There we go. That's the music for N64 Choco Mountain. Next up is Wetos Factory. I probably won't say much, but it's probably going to have the same reason as Daisy Hills. But instead, you just go onto this. You've got like these 2 options when you go outside into. We go onto the no entry sign or even that warning area where you just jump off with the jump boost. However, why not have one end have a gliding and the other end just a normal boost? And then after each lap, it changes. It just swaps places and it keeps going each time. That would be awesome. And for that bit, you can just glide off. Instead of gliding down, instead of just only gliding down one way, you got 2 ways. You can either glide to the shortcut area, if you have enough power, that is, or you can just glide over to where the mud shack is. If you glide over to the shortcut area, you could turn into anti-gravity, turn on the side, and then glide off again, straight to the finish line. That would be awesome. And when you go to the end of the mud shack area, you know the bit where you just jump off through a jump boost? Why not replace that with a glider section? Just make that and you can just glide past the finish line into the like factory instead of like stopping on the ground. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? I would absolutely love it. Just have that little bit turn into like a anti-gravity boost, but make the anti-gravity boost or glider boost after the first lap has been completed. But with the first lap starting, it could just turn into a normal jump boost. But with the second lap, it'll be raised up a little bit and turn into a glider boost. That would be awesome. But the next bit, which will be the last bit I will probably say, is the two bits where the conveyor belt is, where one end is going to the right, the other end's going to the left, and one to the right and one to the left. Like two's going to the right, two's going to the left. And they're all in mix-ups. You know the bit where it's like where the cranes are just moving all the platforms about and it's just going back and forth? Why not get rid of one of those cranes and that little extra bit and just turn that into a glider section? Like when you come out of where the smashing comes in with the mystery boxes, you'll get into a glider boost instead of jumping down to this extra bit where you jump onto the crane and the conveyor belt afterwards. If we get rid of that crane and the little extra bit and turn that part of the area into a glider, that would be awesome. Like you could glide down over to the conveyor belts and you can still carry on driving. That would have been a hell of a lot awesome. Here we go. Here is music for Wetos Factory. If this happens, that is. Alrighty, now that's a shell cup done. Moving on to the banana cup. So with the banana cup, I think for number one, we should probably bring back a very highly requested classic that more than likely would want to return since it has a huge potential. Even though it's in the DLC pass, the music there, it just doesn't sound right. But with the fan music by Panman14, who did Toad's Factory for this one, I think the Panman music for SNES Shroom Ridge would be awesome. So for Shroom Ridge, I think it should be just like Toad's Turnpike, but except it's in the day and has the track as usual. But add the and just basically have a mix up of the DLC as well, but have the music as the same. But for the carts, I think we should probably have one going one way and the other one going the other way. One end going one way and the other one going the other. So, and for that, I think we should have only the one end that's going one way, like front, like going front. We should probably have that with the glider boost, can't we? We can just glide off it. We could glide off into the area where the glider is, or we can just go down onto the other road or the other side of it. When it comes to the tunnel, maybe add both ends of the walls as anti-gravity, and then they can just jump off onto the road again, or they have to start drifting before they do. So that'll be a bit of a difficult task, but that'll be hell of a lot awesome, and a lot funny as well. So next up is, wait, hold on, sorry, but I forgot this. The music for DS Shroom Ridge is this. And that was music for DS Shroom Ridge. Next up is for SNES Mario Circuit 4. I think Mario Circuit 4 should have a really good potential with this. Like, you could definitely see that it will be the last Mario Circuit of SNES being added. So, I want to add anti-gravity to the list. Like, the bit where you just go around from the start, you do a U-turn, and then you turn around, but instead of going straight, you jump off over to where the anti-gravity is. You jump, and anti-gravity automatically turns on, and then you carry on as usual through the race, but instead of having this long track where you just drive all the way down, you glide all the way down while you're in anti-gravity mode. That would be awesome. And the rest of the tracks should be normal. But instead, let's add the little shortcuts a little bit. You know that little shortcut where you go on the really small or tight space of a track, or tight space of a path or road where you go on with the cart? We could have an anti-gravity, we could have a glider boost from there, going zoom all the way down to the finish line quicker. And right in front of it, or on the other side of it, just the opposite, but still looking the same way, just add like a little ramp with no boost, no glider or anything. Just let it jump off. Let the players just do a check on it and just drive as usual. That would be awesome. Once again, this music is from Panman. I mean, most of the music I'll show you will be from Panman. So, I do understand. So, here we go. Here is music for SNES Mario Circuit 4. Alright, next up is probably the most recent one in Mariokart Tour. Well, should I say recent? I mean the first title in there. And that is GBA Sunset Wilds. I don't think there should be much, but I think there should be like a... Wait, I don't think there should be much in there. So, I mean, if they add that back, that would be awesome. But just go with like 3 laps as usual, like from the original, but have like little hilly bits in there. When you turn around, like in a U-turn or a V-turn, just have like a little hill where you just go like through a little hill and just go around it, and then just carry on as usual. It sounded really weird, I know. It sounded a lot better in my head, not gonna lie. And here is the music for GBA Sunset Wilds. Sorry about that, the intro's gone in the way. Hold on. Bear with. Here we go, here's the music. And there you have it, that's GBA Sunset Wilds, the music version. Next up is GCN Mushroom City. I don't think there's going to be much. And just like I said about DS Shroom Ridge, I think Mushroom City should definitely have a similar thing. So, yeah, now you know. And here is the music for GCN Mushroom City. So yeah, there you have it. That's GCN Mushroom City. Hold on. Oh, poop. I guess I got slightly overboard. I'll probably would end it here right now, guys. The music have just done, or the music I've used was from part 1 of my playlist of the predictions. So I'm gonna do part 2.5 the day after. Well, I'll do 2.5 tomorrow, guys. So hopefully you all will catch up with the rest of them. So for tomorrow, I'll do Leaf, Lightning, Triforce, and Bell Cup. And I'll give more explanation on the next, with the next 4, 8, 12, 16. Yep, with the next 16 tracks. So I'll see you all tomorrow, and bye, guys.